On DC News Now, Pope Francis has passed the age of 88. Hear from people remembering his life and legacy. The DMV seeing mostly clouds today. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking incoming rain. Then it's National Donate Life Month.
The need is acute and overwhelming.
A top DC surgeon explains why the gift of life is so critical. And the Washington Capitals have their first playoff matchup today. Catch up with the team as they prep for a battle against the Montreal Canadiens.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. The Vatican announcing Pope Francis has died. The Pope faced several health complications over the last several months, including an extended stay in the ICU while battling pneumonia. He was 88 years old. Hundreds of thousands of people of the Catholic faith call the DMV home. And DC News Now's Randy Bass is standing alongside some of them as they head into the National Basilica. Randy.
Yes, the next Mass here at the National Basilica gets underway at 12:10 p.m. in about 10 minutes. And as you may be hearing now, those bells are tolling quietly from the bell tower here at the Basilica. Those bells will toll 88 times for the late 88-year-old Pope Francis. The Vatican reported this morning he died overnight, just hours after participating in Easter Sunday activities with the Vatican and meeting with Vice President J.D. Vance. This spot here bringing up fond memories of the Pope for Washingtonians, remembering his visit to the Basilica almost 10 years ago in September of 2015. 25,000 people gathered here around the Basilica for the first canonization on U.S. soil. He also went for a ride around D.C., greeting people lined up to see him. He also addressed a joint session of Congress here. Pope Francis, known as a more progressive figure within the church in recent years. We talked with grieving parishioners this morning heading into the Basilica.
We just have to pray for the church, that we stay together. And so that's my feeling right now. And we have to have another strong man to continue this work.
And as for what comes next, overseas, a ritual begins within the Vatican, including the transfer of the Pope's body to a coffin, followed by a public viewing over the next several days, followed by a burial service. And here at the Basilica, they are hosting Mass and various services throughout the day. Stick with us as we continue to cover this developing worldwide story. In Northeast DC, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. President Trump reacting to the death of Pope Francis, saying that
I just signed an executive order putting the flags of our country, all of them, all federal flags and state flags, at half-mast in honor of Pope Francis. So he was a good man, worked hard. He loved the world, and it's an honor to do that.
And again, the president saying that all flags will fly at half-staff to honor Pope Francis. And with the death of Pope Francis, a series of carefully planned rites and rituals well before the conclave to elect his successor begins. Before his death, Pope Francis revised various rites last year to simplify the funeral rituals, allowing for burial outside the Vatican. But core rituals remain the key moments that must be observed. And first taking place is his home, then in St. Peter's Basilica, and then in the place of burial. After Pope Francis's death, the head of the Vatican Health Service will examine his body and then dress it in white. His body is then brought to the Basilica, and the coffin will be sealed the night before his funeral. The funeral is presided over by the Dean of the College of Cardinals. Of course, many are familiar with the centuries-old ritual involving sacred oaths by the cardinal to elect a successor. The piercing of ballots with a needle and thread after they're counted, and the burning of the ballots to produce either the white or black smoke to signal if a new leader for the world's 1.3 billion Catholics has been chosen. It is 12:05. Clouds covering the DMV. A chance of rain. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, the rest of the day could be wet.
Yeah, Mark, we'll have to wait and see how it unfolds, sort of like we just had too over the weekend. Pretty interesting over the holiday where we had most of the DMV very, very quiet, but there were sections mostly up toward the Pennsylvania-Maryland line that got hit hard by some very strong storms. Now, all in all across the board, though, for now, despite the clouds we are seeing, it is completely quiet. Good news for the folks that are trying to pick up the pieces a bit from those storms, that one storm in particular on Saturday night. For the rest of us, we don't really have too much to worry about yet, but there is a storm system just off to the west here. It's dragging a warm front and cold front toward the DMV, and in between those two, we have a broken line of showers, a couple of thunderstorms that is making its way over into parts of West Virginia, western Pennsylvania at this hour, and ever so gradually that rainfall will try to nudge in to the DMV. But much like we saw over the weekend, it looks like showers for the most part will be confined to the mountains. Most of us will just continue to see a cloudy sky with those temperatures still on the warmer side of things in the middle 70s, despite how cloudy it is. And again, approaching 4, 5, 6 o'clock, if you're out in western Maryland, parts of West Virginia, that's where you could run into a few rain showers. Now, will any of this rainfall make it over to the east into the district, the I-95 corridor? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. In Prince George's County, 2 police officers are on administrative leave after they shot and killed a man accused of stabbing 2 people before setting their apartment on fire. Well, Sunday morning, police responded to reports of 2 people stabbed at the River Point Apartments in Fort Washington around 10 a.m. along St. George Boulevard near Fleet Street in National Harbor. The suspect began heading toward one of the officers with a knife, and after several commands to drop the knife, they fired and killed the suspect.
It's an unfortunate incident on a beautiful Sunday, on a special Sunday across the world, and it happened right here in the beautiful National Harbor as these things happen.
Both police officers are on administrative leave pending the results of the investigation. Developing now, a man is dead after a shooting in Alexandria. It happened around 10 Saturday night on Canterbury Square. Police say that he died at the scene. As of right now, no arrests have been made. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police. And a wall collapsed in Northwest D.C., and officials say that a wall collapsed on Saturday evening on 5th Street. Now, the back of the 2-story wall could be seen completely collapsed with bricks scattered on the ground. No one was hurt or needed to be evacuated during the incident. Now, the cause of the collapse remains under investigation. Well, today is the annual Easter tradition at the White House, and children and families from across the country will be out at the South Lawn for the annual Easter egg roll. The White House Easter festivities started in 1878, but the egg rolling parties, that came under President Lincoln, where the guests are children and families picked from a lottery. And today, the Washington Capitals will play, so far, the biggest game of the season. Their playoffs begin. Our Alex Flum reports for Sunday's practice, the team brought some extra skaters out on the ice to help prepare.
The big names on the Washington Capitals are ready for the playoffs. Of course, Ovechkin is, all 3 of them.
Spend time with the family extra day, you know, it's a good thing. You can't be focusing too much on the day before a game, you know.
And Carlson, yes, they both are. Don't forget Dowd, he's a fast skater. No, I'm talking about this Dowd, the little one. And how could I forget Wilson and Strome? They're ready too, with their kids as well. If you haven't figured it out by now, the Capitals had their players and coaches bring their kids out onto the ice for Easter Sunday, a special moment ahead of a big game.
We're the ultimate competitors when the puck drops. When we have opportunities to spend time with our family and enjoy our time at the rink and let them be a part of it, we take advantage of those. Today being Easter Sunday, it's an important holiday for a lot of young families, and us having practice today felt like it was a good time to be able to get everybody to the rink post-practice and enjoy some time together.
For this Caps franchise that's won consistently for years, another constant has been family.
Anytime you have your family at the rink, it's special. Those are the moments you'll remember. You know, as a dad, having your kid at the rink and being a part of your dream. And after we, did our skate, just to have some time to spend as a family and just enjoy the Sunday. And obviously, it'll be right to work tomorrow.
Family first. Obviously, we have some stuff to do video-wise practice, but I think it's a great thing to do with the family.
Entering the playoffs, the Caps have a unique mix. Veterans that won the Cup here in 2018 and newcomers as young as 20-year-old rookie Ryan Leonard, closer in age to some of the kids on the ice than some of his teammates.
A couple of them are a little bit closer in age, but I mean, it's just cool to see everyone, the love they have for their kids, and hopefully get to do that with my kids someday.
Introduced my son Teddy and Leno, and I said maybe they'll be line mates one day, so he'll be the wily veteran by that point, and he can look out for him as a rookie.
So while the potential Caps of the future are getting their reps in, today's Caps are ready for Game 1 versus Montreal. Reporting at MedStar Capital's Iceplex, Alex Flum, DC News Now.
All right, Alex, thank you. Game 1 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs is tonight at 7 p.m. The Caps will host the first 2 games of the 7-game series against the Montreal Canadiens. And be sure and keep it locked here on DC News Now. We are going to have complete coverage of the game all day. That's starting at 4 p.m. right here on DC News Now.